I'm Gunnar Branson. I'm the CEO of Afire, the Association of Foreign Investors in Real Estate. A year ago, the situation was very similar to the way it is right now, with the exception that interest rates were a little bit lower a year ago than they are right now. But we had all the same concerns that we have now. However, the mood has shifted. It's almost as if the last year, our industry has come to kind of an acceptance and a better understanding of what the issues are, where the problems are, and how they can be worked through. I think one of the things that marks real estate as an industry is that we are at our best during these difficult times. This is when we're at our most creative. This is when we're working hand in glove with all the parties, whether it's the tenants, with the banks, with the various providers of equity, to figure out, all right, we've got a situation here. It's not what we thought it was going to be, but if we're able to hold ourselves together, work together with each other, be creative about solutions, we can find ourselves in a wonderful environment in the years ahead as we see anticipated growth in the real estate market. Part of what I think is interesting is how many people have said in the last couple of months that 2024 is going to be a good vintage. It's not a great time. It's not easy to make a living at this point in the cycle. But the investments and the decisions that we make in this year are likely to be the ones that we do not regret in the years to come. That if you're able to perhaps come in as a new investor in an office building, perhaps that's having trouble, that is not fully leased, that needs new capital in order to bring it up to date, or if you're even looking at a building that needs to be converted entirely, perhaps into multifamily or into another use, the discounting that occurs naturally in these cycles is the opportunity for new investors to come in, reimagine the asset, reimagine what it can be, and frankly, make it a vital and profitable venture in the next 10 years. But this is the time when we start making those decisions. This is the time where we try to figure out exactly how we're going to do that. And this is the time, I think, where real leaders in real estate show their true colors. In terms of reimagining of office and where it goes, certainly you see the bifurcation continues where the best and the newest office buildings are getting record rents, are leasing up quickly, are very much in demand for the modern business that we see today. So those buildings are doing very well. We have a lot of B and C buildings. Maybe they're older, they're kind of out of date, they're not working as well, the location is not ideal. Those are having to be reimagined and rethought. So picking up some of those assets at a discount are part of the strategies that people are considering. They're having to do that and at the same time work through their existing portfolios. So that's a real challenge for large investors in commercial real estate. I think the opportunity here is in affordable housing, is in accessible housing, being able to catch up to the dearth of new development that we've had over the last 10 years. We do not have enough housing. And it's not just in the United States, it's around the world. That there are so many communities around the world where people just can't afford to live there. As we look at the infrastructure challenges we have around our highway systems and how people get to and from work and school and everything else, we can't just rely on people going farther out until they can afford it. We need to think about proximity. Keeping people closer to where they actually live is a good idea. It saves us in terms of energy, in terms of time, and basically makes for a better life. That's the direction that we need to go. And the more we invest there, I think the more profitable some of these institutional investors will be, and the more exciting our cities will become. But there is this moment of humility that I think we're all going through as an industry, this idea of, we've been here before, we know how to work through some of these problems. It really is that opportunity for us to reconnect, question ourselves, and maybe hear some new voices and maybe understand new ways of solving the problems that we have in front of us.